I first heard of God when I was young. I went to a Baptist church as a child and was taught that Jesus loved me. I went forward one Sunday evening to ask Jesus into my heart and to publicly say that I wanted to be baptized. I now know that I really did not understand what it meant to be saved. I went through the motions and then continued to be the same kid I was before that day. As I grew older, I got further and further away from God. In high school, I started using marijuana, which led to harder drugs. By the time I was a senior, the drug use continued to progress as I grew older, which led to many problems, such as always spending the majority of my income on drugs. That in turn led to other problems like not paying bills or even traffic tickets or registration on vehicles, which of course led to legal problems. I spent a lot of time playing music when I was young and was often in a party atmosphere, and that did not work well for someone with a drug problem. I can remember experimenting with hallucinogenics around this time, but mostly it was cocaine and then methamphetamine. And that drug took me down a dark and ugly path. Once I got hooked on meth, I would continue in that life for the next 25 years. What seemed like fun at the time definitely was robbing me of a normal life. Most days consisted of either being high, looking to get high, or if I couldn't get meth for one reason or another, I would just want to sleep. Because when I was high, I didn't get much sleep. I couldn't even remember one time going 5 days without any sleep. Eventually, living like this took me to a place of no job and being homeless. I was living temporarily in someone's garage, then in a small laundry room, sleeping between a washing machine and a hot water heater. About the time I had to vacate that room, I got an inheritance and was able to buy a van, which then became my home. Then I blew the remainder of the inheritance, $11,000 in a month's time, on meth and casinos. In time, I became sick of that life and wanted out. I left the area and all of my druggy friends. When I arrived on the Monterey Peninsula in 2005, homeless in a van, I found the Salvation Army Good Samaritan Center. I became a regular there for a few years, getting my basic needs met, while struggling with self-confidence and self-worth. When I started attending the Salvation Army Corps for church services in 2009, the God who loved me as a child reappeared to me, still loving me. I started really getting to know him for the first time. I haven't looked back since. I continue in this walk with him, and he has given me a totally new life. I'm a different person today, who still on occasion struggles with being the man God wants me to be, but I feel his presence in my life. I feel myself growing closer to him. I'm very thankful and amazed by what he's done and how real he has become to me. I believe he was there with me through all those crazy days, waiting patiently for me to look to him. I pray that he now gives me many opportunities to share with others who he is and what he can do.